Welcome back everyone, and this time is for UFC 292 in Boston. We start with the early prelim card with 3 fights. First fight takes place in the women's flyweight division, and we got Corinne Silva taking on Marina Moroz. I never seen Marina Moroz fight before. It was last year that she fought for the last time, so no brainer to me. Plus, Corinne Silva is on a 7-fight win streak, something like that. So, yeah, she's going to pick up the win by TKO, maybe in second round. Next, we actually stay in the women's flyweight division as 13th ranked Andrea Lee takes on Natalia Silva. Oh, another Silva. Great. For this fight, Natalia Silva is a pretty important favorite, and it's no brainer once again to me that she's going to win. She's on a 9-fight win streak. She's been impressive as of lately. So yeah, the last time she fought was in May actually. So she's pretty active, and it's been a finish. Ever since she's in the UFC, she's been winning. So yeah, and this fight, with the win she's going to get, is going to make her be a part of the top 15 of the category. Next, we go to the middleweight division as Andrei Petrovsky takes on Gerald Meerschaert. Now for this one, Andrei Petrovsky is the favorite. Still, I think that Gerald Meerschaert is going to get the win by a submission. Maybe in the first round by surprise. He's a veteran in the UFC. Maybe his highlight was his knockout loss against Khamzat Chimaev, but people really forget that he has 27 submission wins in his career and 6 knockout wins. That is a total of 33 finishes in 35 victories. So that's impressive. This is why I'm picking him to get the win this weekend. Moving now to the prelim card, and we start with the men's bantamweight division fight. That is actually the final of the Ultimate Fighter. That is Brad Katona taking on Cody Gibson. Now, I haven't watched the Ultimate Fighter, so I can't really tell about these fighters. Brad Katona was in the UFC before. That's pretty much all I know. Cody Gibson was as well in the UFC before, but like a long time ago. So for this one, I don't know. Maybe a decision win for Brad Katona and be the Ultimate Fighter winner, but yeah, I don't really have an expectation for this fight. Next is also the Ultimate Fighter 31 Season 41 finals, and this is in the lightweight division, and this is Austin Hubbard taking on Kurt Holoberg. Once again, don't know the fighters, and I haven't watched the show, so I can't really tell you who is who and what they've done before. Austin Hubbard was in the UFC before the Ultimate Fighter Season 41, and as for Kurt Holoberg, that's actually the same. So I really don't know. Once again, yeah, I think I'm going to predict Austin Hubbard to get the win by decision. I really don't know for this. So these two fights. Next, we go back to the the middleweight division, as Gregory Rodriguez takes on Denis Tiuliulin. I don't know about Gregory Rodriguez, my bad. He's just been stopped at the beginning of the year. It's kind of impressive. I think he has a 100%, no, almost 100% finish rate. And as for Denis Tiuliulin, I think it's, no, he only has, what? He only has knockouts, no submission wins. Okay. So, as Gregory Rodriguez is the favorite in betting odds, I'm gonna side with him to get a submission win in the third round, but I'm really not convinced about this one. Next, we stay in the middleweight division as Chris Weidman makes his return from injury and takes on Brad Tavares. Now, Brad Tavares is the favorite in betting odds, yet I'm not sure he's going to get the win. Or maybe if he gets the win, it's going to be something like a split decision win. If he doesn't get the win, I would say that Chris Weidman wins by TKO, maybe in the second round. And that's it for the prelim card, meaning we now move on to the main card. And the main card, the first fight takes place in the men's bantamweight division once again. This time around, it's 6th ranked Marlon Chito Vera taking on 10th ranked Pedro the Young Punisher Munoz. The odds are really slight, but in favor of Marlon Vera. He's 6th ranked and Pedro Munoz is 10th ranked, but that doesn't mean anything. I think Marlon Vera at some point was number 2, and Pedro Munoz was number 6 actually, something like that. There have been some wins, some losses, some no contest for Pedro Munoz. So he won his last fight. They have both similar record. So this is maybe a top 5 fight, a spot for top 5 there. So I would say that Marlon Vera is going to get the win by decision. Pedro Munoz is very, very tough, despite what people have an idea of him. He's very, very tough. We only lost to decision, I guess, or at least in the UFC. No, yes, it was decision here. Let me check. It only seemed to be by decision that he lost. So yeah, Marlon Vera to get the win by decision. Next, we stay in the bantamweight division. Wow, this is really a showcase for the bantamweight division, the men's bantamweight division. As Damon Blackshear fights once again, because he fights last week, and this time he takes on Mario Bautista. For this one, since Damon Blackshear is fighting just 1 week after his last fight, I'm not really sure if he's going to win this one. Sure, I would like him to win, yet he fights really, really often, and that doesn't mean he's going to win even if he stayed prepared, ready in camp, because in 1 week I assume you don't lose anything from your camp, regardless how long it lasted. I'm gonna say that Mario Bautista is going to get the win by unanimous decision, if not a finish. I would be really surprised and pleased that Diamond Blackshear wins, but I don't think it's going to happen, fortunately, because somebody has to lose at the end of the day. Next, we go to the welterweight division as 11th ranked Neil Magny takes on 13th ranked Ian Machado Garry. For this one, Ian Machado Garry is a massive favorite, minus 500 in the betting odds, and even apart the betting odds, he is undefeated as of right now. I think it's 16-0. No, it's 12-0. Sorry, so another welterweight that is at 16-0. So 12-0, pretty important. Well, pretty impressive. While Neil Magny is having, how could I say, maybe not a downfall, because he's still good, but it is not at his prime anymore, and he's climbing down the rankings since competition has arrived in the welterweight division. And this competition has now taken the form of Ian Machado Garry. This is why I think Ian Machado Garry is going to get the win. It's going to be a finish. I would say a TKO in the second round. I don't know if there was something like a 5-round discussion for this fight, but second round finish for Ian Machado Garry, a TKO or knockout. Next is now the co-main event. It's a 5-round fight since it's for the women's strawweight title, and it is taking place in the women's strawweight division. Well, actually just the strawweight division. And it is Zhang Weili taking on 5th ranked Amanda Lemos. I was very surprised that Amanda Lemos had a title fight, because her last fight was against someone I don't know if she's ranked, Marina Rodriguez, in a strawweight division. My bad, she is. Okay. So she won against the 9th ranked. Yeah, that's maybe not enough to me to get a title shot. Anyway, this is new. It's the first time they face each other. Yet, I don't think she's going to be a threat for Zhang Weili. Even if it was surprising that she can be knocked out when she's been knocked out by Rose Namajunas. And this time around, well, it has been 2 or 3 years, so I think she'll be prepared, and she's not going to be knocked out, and maybe she's going to lose by split decision. But for this one, I would say Zhang Weili is going to get the win. I don't think she's a submission specialist, but why not a submission victory over Amanda Lemos? Maybe something like 4th round or final round. I guess we'll have to see. Next is the main event. It's for the men's bantamweight title, and it is taking place in the men's bantamweight division. So we've got champion Aljamain Sterling taking on Sugar Sean O'Malley. That is ranked number 2 in the division. Aljamain Sterling is the favorite. He's proven himself to be worthy of the title, because at first it was very, very controversial. His victory against Petr Yan, that was actually a disqualification, and the split decision he had afterwards in his second fight against Petr Yan. Then he beats TJ Dillashaw and Henry Cejudo. So he solidified his reign and his status as a real champion, not a fluke. And he's also ranked number 6 in the men's pound for pound ranking. Yet everyone wants to see Sean O'Malley win. I think it was kind of acted since his appearance in the Dana White Contender Series, the first season of the Dana White Contender Series, that he would get to a title fight, and then win the title at some point in the future. He was always a star since his beginning in the promotion. So maybe I would say a split decision win for Sean O'Malley. And what does that imply? If Sean O'Malley wins, well, actually, doesn't matter who wins, really, because the next in line is, in my mind, maybe not in everyone's mind, but in my mind, the next in line for the title, and that doesn't affect the winner, but whoever wins, his next opponent is Corey Sandhagen, because, well, I think he deserves to have another shot at the bantamweight title, since he was an interim champion and he's proven himself to be a great bantamweight. I think his last fight he won previously. He's actually number 4 in the bantamweight division, but he's been on a streak. He's been the very best 3-fight winning streak. So yeah, I would say, despite the winner of the main event, this 5-round fight, Corey Sandhagen is next. So maybe not a rematch against Aljamain Sterling, because Aljamain Sterling and Corey Sandhagen already fight each other. But if that happens, and that's probably the most likely scenario. As for my prediction, I would say that Aljamain Sterling is going to get the win by split decision or by a finish. I would love Sean O'Malley to win, but Aljamain Sterling is a champion for a reason, and I respect that. And that's it for UFC 292. So I'll leave you there. Until next time, bye.